Hello there, and welcome back. Today, we're drawing something very light, delicate, and honestly, a little bit tricky in the most beautiful way a dandelion. This will also be a really lovely exercise for warming up the hand, practicing light lines, letting go of perfection, and learning how to create the illusion of volume using only tiny pen strokes. So I hope this feels like a soft, simple drawing session we can do together. Let's begin with a very simple sketch. This was a request by one of you, so thank you so much for the suggestion. I'm slowly catching up on all of your requests, so please know I'm on it. I'm starting with two round shapes. The smaller one will help me place the center of the dandelion, and the bigger round shape will guide the outer edge of the pappus, that soft, umbrella-like structure that holds the seeds. This bigger circle doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it feels a little loose and natural, because the final dandelion is not going to be a perfect geometric shape. It's more like a cloud of tiny lines. And now I'm only going to sketch a few pappus, because the point is to start getting more confidence with the ink. For this part, I'm going to be mindful of varying the length of the lines as they move from the inner circle and outward. This variation is what will help the seed head feel softer, more natural, and less like a perfect pattern. So here, I'm adding small dots to mark where each new pappus will begin once I start inking. These tiny marks will act as little guides, helping me place the delicate lines more intentionally. And lastly, I'll place the seeds that will correspond to each line in the future. And if you enjoy botanical drawing tutorials like this, where we break flowers and now plants into simple shapes before inking, I'd love to have you here. You can subscribe and join me for more pen and ink drawing sessions because I'm building this channel as a calm place to learn, practice, and enjoy botanical illustration together. And now that we started inking, I'm beginning with the little seed shapes first, using slightly bolder marks. These marks are small, but they help anchor the drawing. They give us points to connect to, almost like stars or seeds floating inside the circle. And remember, today we're warming up and practicing our lines. So give your hand permission to flow. Let it make imperfect strokes. Loosen the pressure in your hand, relax your grip, and allow the lines to move more naturally. You can try drawing long, continuous lines, or you can connect smaller lines one by one. The important thing is to keep going a little further each time. Trust that your hand can learn this. Maybe not perfectly today, and maybe not on the first try, but with practice, you'll start to see the lines become more confident, softer, and more natural. With dandelions, the structure can feel a bit confusing because there are so many tiny lines going in different directions. But if we think of it as a sphere, or as a soft, round cloud, then each little seed and line becomes part of that larger shape. And you'll notice that I'm using some of the smallest Micron pen sizes here, because I want the lines to feel lighter, airier, and more delicate. Since the pappus has such a soft, floating quality, using a finer pen helps the strokes feel more natural and flowy, instead of too heavy or too stiff. So I'm slowly adding these tiny lines to the umbrella of my pappus, paying attention to the overall balance instead of trying to control every single detail. Remember that the first few lines may feel a little stiff, and that's completely normal. Sometimes the hand needs a few minutes to understand the rhythm of the drawing. So don't judge the piece too early, and let the drawing move on slowly. And as you may notice, this part is really all about repetition. Line after line, small mark after small mark. And this is why I think dandelions are such a beautiful subject for pen and ink. They're not about one perfect line, they're about many small lines working together. Some lines can be longer, some shorter, some can overlap, some can cross the circle, some can sit around the edge. And as we build them gradually, the shape starts to appear. A helpful tip here is to avoid outlining the entire circle too heavily. Instead of drawing a hard border around the pappus, we're suggesting the round shape with the direction and placement of the lines. That's what gives it a lighter, more natural feeling. And moving back to the seeds, this is such a fun part because we get to fill in the shapes here and there, leaving only curved marks at the center. Notice how this area feels a little messy, chaotic, and playful, and that's part of the beauty of it. For a moment, we can let go of control and simply enjoy building texture with small imperfect marks. And I'd love to know in the comments, do you use warm-up drawings before starting a bigger piece? Or do you usually jump straight into the final drawing? I'm curious because this kind of exercise is so simple, but it can really help loosen the hand and quiet the pressure we sometimes put on ourselves before drawing. And here's where I want to say something honestly. When I finished this drawing, I wasn't sure if I loved it enough to post it. I started noticing the parts I would change. Some areas felt too dense, some lines didn't land exactly how I imagined. And for a moment, I thought, maybe I should just skip this one. But then I remembered that this is part of the process too. Not every drawing has to become our favorite piece. Sometimes a drawing is a study, sometimes it's a warm-up, sometimes it's simply a way to keep the hand moving and the creative habit alive. And I think it's important to share that, because online, we often see only the polished result. So if you're drawing along and your dandelion feels messy, uneven, or different from mine, remember that you're learning, and every line is part of that process. Now, this next part is optional. I'm using a white pen to add a few small marks near the middle of the pappus. The reason I'm doing this is to help separate the black ink lines from the darker center. Because we have many fine black lines overlapping, the middle can start to feel a little crowded. This way, we're creating a bit more separation. And as we move closer to the end of this video, let's recap. Today, we created a dandelion using a very simple structure. Then, we built the pappus with tiny seed marks, fine lines, and little umbrella-like strokes to create the illusion of a circular, airy shape. And more than anything, we use this drawing as a reminder that small line exercises can be a beautiful way to warm up, practice, and let go of perfection. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel grow and helps more people find these botanical drawing tutorials. Thank you for watching. See you next time.